I did go and make a fairly large purchase today. Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I've got 7 orders going out today. Sales slowed down. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure it out anymore. I keep saying that. You know, of course I still have to try to figure things out. I don't know. I really don't know. I did yesterday. I pulled out 25 items from my store. Some of them to be lotted together. I'm going to probably do another 20 to 25. So there's a Tupperware thing. I'm going to pick some pieces off and sell like the lids instead of the whole thing. Just some cleanup. I also went through and some items I price checked again and I gave them like a last chance bottom price. That doesn't get it done in the next month or two. Then they just get pulled out for the garage sale, or maybe once garage sale season comes around, I pull them out. Just doing some cleanup in the store because I always like to look at the numbers. That is one thing that eBay is pretty good about. Not everything you'd want, but giving you some numbers. Also, I hope this video works. Last video I made, if you watched it, you saw I had to piece together something because my camera decided to just stop working. So if I have time in this video, I'll go over a part that I didn't get to put in last video. Be like a quick recap because I'm not doing the whole thing again. But what I was really hung up on is my active listings were at 1,300. They'd float around that 1,300 mark. And my sold listings were at about 360. You got a lot of junk in your store at that point. That's what that indicator is. So that's why I went through and did some cleanup. I'd like to get that around, you know, with having 360 sold in the last 90 days, my active, if I was happy with those both numbers, my active would only be around 1,100 items. And then that would be a really good sell-through rate of the stuff I have in my store. Going to do what I can to fix that. Also, I don't know if you would have saw already in the video, but probably not. Actually, this would be a good spot to splice it in. I did go and make a fairly large purchase today. It is early, it is foggy. I'm on my way to possibly make a buy of some kind. I'm definitely not gonna overpay for this one. It's not like one I'm like, I gotta get this one. It's if I can get it at the right price. It's a bunch of long tail stuff, but all new in package. So we will see, but since I'm in the area, I won't be able to see much, but this is actually when I talk about my golf league, this is actually the golf course I golf on, which is closed for the season. That's our golf season's over. That's it. It's done. Depending on the weather, sometimes they'll stay open a little longer, but the weather's been terrible, so golf season is done. It looks like you can play out there. I can go play today. It's 50 degrees. I've played in worse. All right, so I ended up making the deal. I got everything for $280. It's thousands of items. I mean, some of them are gaskets, you know, $8.99 free shipping, $9.99 free shipping, which is perfectly fine. They got barcodes. All of it is super long tail. It's boat parts, not the season. It's super long. It could take me 10 years to sell all this stuff, but that I could turn that 280 into, even at $1 an item, multiple thousands of dollars, which, you know, there's a likelihood that some percentage of this, actually there's a definite fact, some percentage of this will just never sell, but I won't know that till I know that. But with it being barcodes and new in package, it shouldn't take long to get everything listed, and then it's just an afterthought going forward. And I paid $280. There was 3 specific parts that I found in the pile. I'll maybe find a picture of the pile from Marketplace. Local reseller, Matt, who there was a story of his whole inventory burning in a lithium fire. He actually hit me up and said, hey, go check this out. I was like, okay. And I called the lady, said I can be there in the AM. She said I'll be here at 8. That's what time I was there. I'm heading home right now. I have some errands and stuff. It's never optimal. That's not a thing you get to decide, like when you get to do buys. They are when they happen. Late at night, early in the morning, whatever. When you have other plans. And sometimes you just got to drop what you're doing and make it happen. I'd like to do it quickly. I'd like to get everything in this lot listed in a week. Would be optimal, but in a month would be acceptable. But somewhere between there is when it'll get done, and then everything else can just hold on for now. just because it's a lot of stuff, a lot of space. I wanted to come in and clear out stuff and get it in here right away, just empty the shelves and just make it the priority. We have too much going on this weekend. It's Halloween, we got a wedding to go to, and it's just a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna give myself a week to clear out as much of the listings in here as possible, which most of this should get done beforehand. So, I mean, this should very much get emptied. I may need this space as backstock now because of that new buy. I got a great price. I'm not mad about the price. I will make probably a bunch of money, but it's all long tail. So I want to get it listed as fast as possible so I'm not committing any time to it and just have it up and then it does its thing. Let me go ahead and pull an order. First thing going out, A4 is a Tupperware thingy. A1, 2, 3, 4. Some type of Tupperware right back here. Like this. I went through, I repriced this baseball, this phone. I repriced a lot of low dollar items, a lot of stuff that's been in the store for a while. Kind of checked. Jen is really good at a lot of things. Sometimes the pricing is not her strong point. And so I went and checked, or at least her being able to calculate sell-through rate. Probably not her strong point. So some of those things where I would go through and I'm like, okay, this isn't a bad price, kind of, but it's a very, very bad sell-through rate. Like, you have to be the cheapest, one of those things. So you have to change the price to the cheapest. That right there, $17.99 free shipping. It's Tupperware. I probably paid a quarter, 50 cents. Note from buyer, thanks. You're welcome. Next up, C4 is a Patagonia hat. This was another item I lowered the price on. And then also sent out an offer, took an offer. I think I might have countered an offer. Here we go. This one right here. I got this in a Mikhail mystery box, so I paid less than $1. And I must have accepted an offer because it's an even number. $19 free shipping. Might as well do this one because it's sitting right here. D5A is a vintage Chambers Belt Company belt buckle. It's got a Roadrunner. It is turquoise, but not like turquoise the stone. It is just painted turquoise to give that southwest motif. For that, sent out an offer, I think. $11.99 free shipping. And the reason it's sitting here is because I finally did file away the rest of the stuff that was here that Jen had listed from her house. Got that all put away. Also, another marketplace sale, sold the other PS2 Fat console, $70. And actually, I'm throwing in this Guitar Hero game because they asked, hey, do you happen to have Guitar Hero? I said, I got Guitar Hero 3. It's got no case, disc only. I think that's like a $9.99 free shipper. I said, you can just have it with the bundle. They also said, they're friends of mine, they also said they're interested in building up their console collection. I mentioned I have a regular Xbox, so I'm going to try to test that today. But again, I'm just so up against it right now with time. But maybe I can get to this over the weekend when I got the kids. I can just pop in for a second, test that out. So I could probably unload, because I said I wanted to get rid of some mine in my personal collection, or at least I was thinking about it. And so if I sell them to a friend, at least I can be like, hey, I want to come play this thing. Maybe. But something, Tom over at Mod and Pop Thrift, which if you haven't checked out their channel, go give them a subscribe and a like because they just had their 6th baby and they could use the support. He put out a short on Sega Genesis, which, check out this Switch right here. I bought this from a Coastie, which is what we call him, but it's a member of the Coast Guard. We have a pretty huge Coast Guard population in my town because of the ice cutters. In his short, he said to always check the bottom of your Genesis because they will look the exact same, but if the FCC ID area right there does not have a large white stripe, then it is actually worth more money. And so this is one of those that's worth more money. It's significant money too, like $50 more. $50. $50. $50. But the Switch, when I bought it, that's how it was. I bought that, I was a child, at a garage sale in the Coast Guard housing. I mean, I might have been 10 years old, something like that. So it wasn't a very old system at the time when I got it. Those Segas, they had like a push button there. So he probably just shoved it through and was like, I could fix this. And it worked great. I never had a problem with that Switch. The wiring looks terrible. It always worked good. Next up, B6 is a pair of Timberland riding boots. They're all the way to the back. You can see them up there. I will not get them down right now. I got those at Salvation Army, so it would have been somewhere between $2.50 and $10. I don't have that number, but I got $45 plus shipping. They were listed for, I don't know, a couple years, year and a half. So I was definitely down for taking an offer, which is what that was. And here's one of those items where I was like, this has got to go. Why? This has to either sell today or be gone. But I can't believe it sold. B3E is a Mustech camera. Is that where this is at? There's no way it's in here. It is. I really assumed it would have been down in that basket because it's been listed forever.
Forever. Forever. Forever.
When I was checking some listings, one of the things is how I knew an item was listed forever would be in the description. It would say the condition and it like a generic, like this is a used item. And then it would have which shipping service it was. When you used to populate your listings, it would add those things to your description at some point, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that, maybe even longer. So this item has been listed a long time. It is a very, very junky digital camera, but somebody paid $4.99 plus shipping. And that's the other thing. This was listed back when I really didn't know what I was doing, because this probably doesn't even weigh a pound. This weighs 9 ounces, so I could double wrap that in medium bubble, put it in a poly bag, and then the shipping would have been not even $6, 5 something, but they paid priorities. They paid $12.45. So this item probably could have sold if I had listed it properly. So that's why a lot of this stuff, I just need to take the time and go through it. And when I'm sitting at the computer, not doing much else, tinkering around, and how I came to that was because of the GoPro failing. I was about to edit a video, and I was like, well, I gotta record a whole fill-in section. But either way, $4.99 plus ship. I'm happy to see it go. Next up, D1A16 is a Barbie. I think it's this one right here. Yep, D1A16. It is, I don't know, Cowboy Barbie. Woo woo, it looks like Dolly Parton. Western winking Barbie. Oh, do her eyes move? I don't know. It looks creepy. For Western winking Barbie, I sent out an offer, $17.99 free shipping. And the problem is now, of course, I have to unload my car before I pick Thea up from school. And it is pouring. I mean, all the stuff's in plastic for the most part, so I'm not really worried about damage. They're all boat parts, so what could really happen. I just don't want to deal with it in the rain. It took me an hour to load my car, and luckily I played a lot of Tetris in my life, so I got everything in the car because I was worried I was gonna have to make a bunch of trips. Weird item I picked up, and this is just a reminder to always be open to the possibility. Actually, tip of the day. And the tip of the day is be open to the possibility of selling things you've never thought of before. I'm not saying go out and buy this one. I'm not saying do this one. I took a shot. It'll probably work out okay, and I'm not gonna make a ton of money. But the point is to look in non-conventional places sometimes. Limited edition foods is a good one if you get the right ones. These are churro flavored Kit Kats. Original price $1.32. And stuff that is limited edition, you can sometimes, as far as foods, you can sometimes sell them before they're like off the shelf, just because people can't get them in every area. A specific potato chip or a pop, soda, Coke, whatever you call your carbonated beverages, depending on your location. Sometimes somebody will go on vacation and they go, ooh, I like this one, and then they can't get it in their area. Some of those things, I'm not saying go through a grocery store and scan everything, just kind of keep an eye out for it. But this one, they were on sale for 50 cents. I bought 10 of them. I made a listing of 8 because that kept it in the shipping realm of free shipping for me, what used to be first class, around 12 ounces or something like that. So I made a listing of 8 for $19.99 free shipping, so 50 cents a piece. I paid, because I got 10 of them, 2 of them for myself, so I paid $5. If I make $5 on the deal and I get to eat 2 free Kit Kats, I'm okay with that. It's not big money. I gotta peel off a bunch of stickers if it sells. I used a generic stock photo, so I didn't have to do it right now, even though I always say, just peel the stickers, you'll regret it later. Because just in case they don't sell and I end up eating all of them. Worst case scenario is I got some some yummy Kit Kats for cheap. Last thing going out today is a Pokemon card. Where did I end up putting my graded cards? Oh, yeah. Secret location. So let me go ahead and not... Here, I'll walk... Oh, you don't know where it is. You don't know where it is. It is 2003 Pokemon EX Aggron Sandstorm number 95, a 4. I was really bummed out on the 4. I was hoping for a 6. Really a disappointment. And honestly, I think it was a surface wear. I think I wasn't really counting on surface wear. But either way, for that, I got $34.99 free shipping. Since I listed it, someone came along and listed one at $39.99 free shipping. I'm not waiting around till that one sells to get the money I want for mine. Time to go. Time to part ways with the graded cards as fast as possible, because it hasn't happened yet. It's starting to trickle in. Where there used to be the 90s, late 80s, early 90s junk wax era, where they just printed cards to infinity, and so all of them are worthless. 99% of them are worthless, as you've seen by the ones I've sold in lots and bulk lots, where I'm getting, for a medium flat rate box packed full, like $15 plus ship. Thousands of cards. What we're running into now, and what will happen going forward for at least probably a couple years, is what they're calling the junk slab era. And these are also known as slabs, these encasings for cards. It's because people were just grading everything. Didn't care about condition, didn't care what the card was, didn't care that it really wasn't worth grading in the first place. People were grading cards that previously no one would ever grade. It was just a thing. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon, and now they're starting to trickle into the market. People are like, oh, wow, I got to recoup some of this money I spent, so I'm moving on for those graded cards as fast as possible. I did do something yesterday that I hadn't done in a long time, and that is end and sell similar on my listings. I'm going to put that back into the rotation, the schedule. I actually wrote out a schedule of all the things I want to try from now until the end of the year. I don't want to go over them until I've had at least a month of a test run, but end and sell similar was one of them, because I looked at my page views in my seller hub, which if you don't know how to end and sell similar, I will link a video at the end of this one that takes you in a step-by-step process how to do it. It's very simple. You just have to do it right. If you do it wrong, you can lose hundreds of listings, or you can just make a lot of extra work for yourself. It's not complicated. It just, you can't do it wrong. So I'll link a video at the end for that. I saw my page views had gone down significantly. And I was like, what is the deal here? And it was just, for the last 3 months, it's just been down, 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 down. So I was like, okay. And then sell similar. I haven't done that in a while. And then yesterday, it didn't turn into a boatload of sales, but it was the most page views I had had, where, you know, people looking at your listings, the most I'd had since first week of August. And it spiked to the highest it's been in months. Again, didn't result in sales, but if people aren't looking at your listings, you have zero chance of sales. I think I'm going to try out, because I already did it for this month, and that's the problem. Don't end and sell similar unless you have free listings available. That's why I like to do it at the end of the month, and I used to always do it at the end of the month. I think what happened the last couple months is I just didn't have listing. I had where I did all the jewel pops in 1 week or so, and this was a ton of listings, so I don't think I had extra listings available. I think that's what had happened, and then I just kind of escaped my mind. But I think I might bump my store up, which is an extra, it almost doubles the cost. So I go from 1,000 free listings a month to 10,000 free listings a month. Instead of $22 a month, it's $50 a month. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I might bump my store subscription up just so that I can aggressively end and sell similar on maybe a weekly basis. Like, I mean, aggressively do it. Like every Monday, just end and sell similar my whole store. Because if I can make the extra $25 a month, why not? Why not do it? You know, I'll get a bump up in my free eBay coupon, which, you know, whatever, that doesn't really matter that much. I don't know what the difference is in the eBay. I should have checked on that, how much my eBay coupon bumps up with that next store. Either way, I think, like I said, I used mine for this month. It's almost the end of the month. So I think 1st of November, I'm going to bump my store up and I'm going to get real aggressive on end and sell similar, because at least if it's putting eyes on my listings, then I know it's 100% on me and not on eBay. If people are looking at my listing and nobody's buying it, then I have something I'm doing wrong. And then I will know for sure. The part that got lost in whatever, digital land, which I think it's a battery issue. I think I need to get a new battery. They're not cheap. Whatever. I guess I got to do it. I got a care package from American Bubble Boy, which if you need bubble wrap, American Bubble Boy, link in the description. Best place to get your bubble wrap. I did get the issue cleared up with the affiliate link. I had made a mistake in my interpretation of the app they use. That's all. This is another reason. Not only is it a great product, super fast. Like, you will shock yourself. 48 hours, bubble wrap on your porch. Joel, the head of the company, is just a good dude. And I like working with good people. He is very aware that his business does better if he takes care of the people that his business facilitates. The one business supports the other business and the other way. It's a symbiotic nature. Listen up, eBay. Maybe figure that out while your stock is tanking today and earnings haven't even come out. But in the care package, he sent me again Utica Coffee Bubble Blend, which wherever you get your coffee, that's usually where you get your coffee. I'm a Folgers generic, like, giant tub guy because I don't like to go shopping that often. I did try it. It's good. It's good blend. You know, it is what it is. But what I did like about it is I went to Utica Coffee Company and looked up how much this coffee is. And you can get this coffee at American Bubble Boy for cheaper than you can get it through Utica Coffee Company. Again, not trying to mess with people, just a good guy. Sent me this epic card along with it. Let me go ahead and read that again. Drew, thank you for being part of our journey. Enjoy some of our newest products and something a bit off the beaten path from upstate New York. Actually, I got to go grab that. Yeah, the other thing he got, or he sent, was bourbon barrel aged Ben & Judy's maple syrup. Give them a shout out. Ben & Judy's, West Edmonston, New York. So if you live in the area, go support them. I don't think that's the thing he's selling. I think that was just a gift to me. I love maple syrup. Who doesn't love maple syrup? Maple syrup is actually big business in my area. Then also in there, again, was just like a nice care package thing with some bubble poppers. The kids love these. And then he did send me, this is the one I was expecting. They have now started carrying tape, my go-to tape. They don't make it in-house. That's why it's not branded American Bubble Boy. I will pop this open and give it a test. I'll do a little price comparison with the one I use, all that kind of stuff. It looks comparable to what I use, because I'd always went with Tape King, just because it was, I'd buy in bulk and I could get a good price and it was a good product, but they do look very comparable. Oh yes, I was like, I know there was one more thing. Let me find it. Packed in with all this stuff to keep it safe was one of these things, which most of you have seen. The foam fills the space. What do they call these things? Instapack. Yeah, there we go. Instapack. They also have Instapack, which he did send me 2 samples, 2 freebies. I'm not going to use it just to use it. I'll wait till I have something to pack that makes sense to try that out on. For me, those are awesome. They're a bit pricey. So I would never personally order them unless I was shipping large glass figurines that were worth a certain amount of money. Lamps, if they were worth a certain amount of money, because they also come in various sizes. So you get the Instapack for the size of the item you need. All that stuff you can get through the link in the description. But I'm just looking around like, is there something I might have to use it just to use it? I don't know if I have something I'm going to end up shipping where I would need it or it would make sense, because I don't do a lot of large breakable items. Maybe something like this when I ship these out, just so I can use it as an example. They have to sell first. That's the key part there. Just a stand-up guy and a good company. I don't want to go on and on, make the video long and sound like I'm advertising and trying to sell you something, but I'm over and over again impressed by the fact that Joel and the company are aware that what makes their company successful is you, me. I enjoy supporting his company. I did it before. I'd even spoke to him before I was an affiliate. I wish every company was like this. Why not? Everybody makes money. Everybody's happy. Nobody gets messed over. Got a bee in here. Still dealing with bees. Still bees. All right, well, I got to go figure out all the rest of this packing up stuff at storage, so maybe we'll jump over to there now. Out at storage to drop off summer clothes. Also, to wrap up the boat parts part of this video, I got most of the project done in here. I do need to do some reorganizing, moving around and get rid of some of this wood that I don't need anymore. But these center pallet platforms I'd used previously, turn those into this 3-shelf processing area is what I wanted. I want an area where I can make buys like this, dump it, get it organized before it ends up in the garage. Or even my plan is this summer, I'll be able to target larger items that I can leave here, because now if I back up, you'll see I have tons of space. I do have to clean up this area like I was saying, but tons of space, plus all this to process. Most of the stuff that's on the shelves just need to be organized or got rid of. I would say 50% of the stuff on the shelves right now doesn't need to be here, or just needs to be reorganized. So once I do that, there's gonna be so much space in here. And this is why I wanted this right here, so I can make a big buy, look at it, get it out of the car and get it ready to move to the house. So let's take a look at what it is. Like I said, it's boat parts. All new in package, or at least most of it, barcodes. And then these little boxes I had said fit perfect on a shelf I have, and you'll see I have tons of them. But that's all, you know, one listing, three parts there. There are going to be things like this, like little gaskets. This might be $7.99 free shipping, but with the boat parts, I'm not going to do free shipping, so that I can list this as $2.99 plus ship. And then if I run a sale or whatever, or somebody sends me an offer, I'll never lose out. Even Jen was questioning, like, why would you even list it then? It's because it's an overall total package deal. I'm listing everything. And if I have 15 of these, even if I'm only making $3 each, but it's one listing, it's the same amount of time. And then I have 15 of these, $3 each. That's actually $45 for the same amount of time. And to pack it, again, no time. Chuck it in a bag. No cleaning, no nothing. And then the reason I didn't even question the buy is some of them are in the trunk because I tried to cherry pick them. I might have cherry picked most of them, but there was like, yeah, I think I took the ones I knew were expensive, the ones that I scanned. I think I put those in the trunk right away to deal with. But like this, I think is like a $50 part. A couple of these I think are in the $30 plus range, but it's going to be 4 or 5 of the more expensive parts to sell pays for everything else. It is, let me get a kind of a count of how many of these little boxes there are though. There's 35 or 40 of these boxes. All of these little boxes will easily fit on the shelves I plan on putting them on, because I think I can fit 5 per shelf, and I think I have 10 available shelves. So that's 50. Yeah, that'll be basically perfect. And the bigger ones I was planning on filing in the normal filing system anyway. We'll see how quickly it's a good buy. I'm happy with it. But let's see how quickly it sells. That's the big question. It could be 10 years before most of this stuff sells. Who knows? And that's not the goal, but when opportunities come up, you gotta jump on them. And also, the second part of that is I made a relationship with them when I was there. I said, hey, don't bother doing it again where you list it on Marketplace. Next time you go to clean stuff out, here's my number. Just call me. We'll make a good deal. You give me a good price. You don't have to worry about it. I'll buy it every time. So if it becomes a recurring thing, that's also a big plus. But I'm very excited about this. I mean, I know not everybody out there is going to be super excited, but this gets me very excited to have a place to bring stuff in and dump it. Especially garage sale season. I can bring it here, make a quick video, show you guys what I got, and just dump it there till I get a chance to bring it to the garage and keep it more organized. Probably this week, eliminate a lot of these books that I was planning to do more stuff with. They just got to go. They're taking up space so that I can get to the remaining back stock I have there, which is a lot of the patterns. And then I do want to, this month, I'm not going to say this week, I'm going to get to the magazines, because now I can, well, not so much now, but I'll probably bring a little table here, sort them here, get them into piles by magazine. I'm not going to look for expensive ones. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm just going to sort them into individual magazines, make big lots, and move those along. They were free. So sitting here is costing me money. If I lose a couple dollars because I missed out on that one that was worth a bunch of money, tough, great. Actually, it's a plus, because then the other person gets a good deal and I get it gone. I'm about to pack up the Timberland boots, and another use for your center rolls, besides packing, is you can use them in boots. I forgot I'd done this before. You can use them boots to keep the uppers from flopping over. And I did have to pinch it down a little bit. Always try to find uses for things that you're gonna have random extras lying around. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let go. I'm good at this.